Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616. Last year, Disney and Lucasfilm brought us Star Wars The Force Awakens, the 7th episode in the Star Wars series, and the beginning of a new era for the franchise. Its main character was Rey, played by Daisy Ridley. Now, before I go further, spoilers for Star Wars The Force Awakens, obviously. J.J. Abrams, the director of The Force Awakens, likes to put what he calls a mystery box in his movies, which is some mystery that is brought up over the course of the movie that will be answered later. This is to help keep the audience interested. Now, with this being Star Wars, the mystery box for The Force Awakens was not opened in that movie and was left to be revealed in either Episode 8 or Episode 9. The mystery box here is the origins of Rey. We see a quick flashback of her being taken away from her parents, and with her being powerful in the Force, a big question has been going around on the internet since the movie came out. Who are Rey's parents? So today, I'm going to go over some of the theories on it, and at the end, state what I think. One thing to note, Daisy Ridley actually said that when she first watched The Force Awakens, she actually thought it explained her parents pretty well, and it wasn't until she talked with her agent that she realized that it wasn't so obvious to people who didn't know the truth. So that means that whoever they are, The Force Awakens actually pretty much tells us, we just didn't know it. With that said, on to the theories. First up, we have the most obvious choice, which is that she's Luke Skywalker's daughter. Really, the main reason this seems unlikely is just because it's so obvious. It would be kind of weird for it to just turn out to be Luke, who would be the most obvious choice. So I almost doubt it's him just because of that. Another theory is that she is the daughter of Leia and Han Solo, meaning Kylo Ren is her brother. This seems kind of unlikely, if only because Leia and Han never talk like they had another kid, and they don't seem to recognize Rey. If Rey was their daughter and their son had gone to the dark side and become evil, I'd think they'd want to try and protect Rey, so there'd be no reason for them to hide the fact that they're her parents from her. So this one seems pretty unlikely too. But probably the most unlikely theory is the one that she's actually the daughter of, wait for it, Emperor Palpatine. Yes, Darth Sidious. A lot of people say that they heard Palpatine's voice in her vision, and her name means king in Spanish, so it could possibly be a connection to Palpatine being the Emperor. However, this seems extremely unlikely because timeline-wise, it just doesn't add up. Rey isn't old enough to be Palpatine's daughter, unless she was born later in his life when he looked like this, so I'd say this probably isn't true. Something else that's unlikely, she is the daughter of Jyn Erso, aka the lead character of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. The similarities are obvious, they're both British accented brunettes, but like with Palpatine, the timeline isn't quite right. And there's also the fact that both Felicity Jones and Daisy Ridley have debunked this rumor. So yeah, it's not Jyn Erso. But now we get to the one that I actually supported for a while, which is that she's the granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi. The evidence given is her British accent, but also how similar her outfit looks to what Obi-Wan wore in the prequel trilogy. Also, Obi-Wan's voice was in the vision sequence, and Rey instinctively used the Jedi mind trick in The Force Awakens, something Obi-Wan is famous for.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
You will remove these restraints and leave this cell with the door open.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
This might seem pretty likely, however, it's hard to really say when Obi would have had a family. It definitely wasn't in the prequel trilogy, and in A New Hope he's alone. So it's possible something may have happened in between, but who knows. If this does turn out to be true, perhaps it could pave the way for a Obi-Wan Kenobi film to fill in the blank spots. Okay, so now we have the last theory, and the one that might make some Star Wars fans mad. So in The Phantom Menace, Anakin's mother says he did not have a father. Apparently he was born out of the Force. Could this end up being the case for Rey as well? Maybe, but it still wouldn't answer who exactly was on the ship that left her on Jakku, and who her mother was. It'd definitely be weird, but it's a possibility, though maybe a disappointing one. Rumors are that Hayden Christensen will reprise his role as Anakin in a vision sequence where he, Yoda, Luke, and Obi-Wan, played by Ewan McGregor, explain this to Rey. With all that said, though, which one do I personally think might be true? I'd say Obi-Wan and Born Out of the Force are the two most likely ones, but if I'm going to be honest, I'd say she's probably the daughter of classic Star Wars character Jar Jar Binks.
On second thought, no, not really, no.